Hey Lakers fans, Harrison Graham here on the Lakers Report. Get subscribed to the channel. Look, we're trying to ramp our coverage back up again like it was in the off-season. More subscribers means more videos for you guys as the Lakers try to repeat as NBA champs. Let's get to 31,000 subs as soon as possible. Hit that big red button and subscribe, and stay tuned for today's video. You're watching the Lakers Report. Like I said, I am your host, Harrison Graham. Lots of stuff to get into, and hey, what a day in the NBA. I thought we'd spend a few minutes on what went down in this James Harden trade earlier today as he's heading to the Brooklyn Nets. And one of the most wild blockbuster trades that you will ever see, a 4-team trade in which Brooklyn was like, yep, we're going to ship out 3 firsts, 4 pick swaps, and 4 players to a variety of teams so we can get James Harden on board to team him up with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving if anyone can ever locate him again, because no one seems to know what's going on with Kyrie. But Brooklyn has a new big 3 of Harden, Irving, and Kevin Durant under first-year head coach Steve Nash. What could go wrong with those 3 egos? I kid. Or do I? That could be a disaster in Brooklyn. Let's break this trade down, and one graphic won't do enough because it's a 4-team trade. Harden to the Nets. You're seeing all the ammunition Houston got. Oh, by the way, Victor Oladipo out of the Pacers is involved in that trade as well. Houston gets an extra first-round pick there, 4 in total. They get Oladipo. Karis LeVert heads over to Indiana as a part of this trade. They also get a second-round pick. And then the Cavs, as a facilitator, get Jarrett Allen and I can't read that name here. Taurean Prince. Sorry about that. Taurean Prince and Jarrett Allen as a part of this wild blockbuster trade. But the focus here is James Harden and the future of the Brooklyn Nets because they're trying to contend this year. What is your one-word reaction to this Harden blockbuster trade? Let me know down in the comment section. You can also tweet at me at HGramNFL, but comment below, what is your one-word reaction to James Harden blockbuster trade? My reaction in general is, my one word is, wow. This trade is absolutely bananas. I mean, think about this. Victor Oladipo is involved in this trade, and he's an afterthought. Like, that's how many moving parts and draft picks and teams are involved in this thing where you got Harden going to the Nets as they try to form their big 3 and chase a championship. Victor Oladipo just gets thrown in. He's going back to Houston. The Rockets, they're trying to be the Celtics now. They're going to get as many first-round picks as they possibly can after trying to make it work with Harden over the past 5, 6, 7 years, however long it's been. That era of Rockets basketball is over. And to kind of tie it back into the Lakers, Brooklyn clearly knows that the Lakers are the team to beat in the NBA. So they're trying to get that ammunition to potentially take out Los Angeles in the playoffs come, April, May, June, and July. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, that's your big 3. I think DeAndre Jordan and Joe Harris plug in as your other 2 starters there, and you still got a couple of pieces on that bench as well, including Jeff Green. You look at that starting 5 compared to the Lakers starting 5, who has obviously Dennis Schroeder was a big move this offseason for L.A. LeBron James, obviously the Lakers added Anthony Davis a couple of years ago. So these 2 starting 5s with Marc Gasol, KCP as well, and I would say the Lakers bench is probably stronger than the Nets at this point in time as Brooklyn traded off 2 of their key bench players in Karis LeVert, Taurean Prince, and a couple of other guys as well. So focusing on the starting 5s, though, which one's better? Type N for the Brooklyn Nets, type L for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a tough one. LeBron and AD I trust more than I do the big 3 of Brooklyn, but that's going to be interesting. I'm going to type my L for Lakers, but you guys let me know down in the comment section. We'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. Better starting 5, Brooklyn or Los Angeles? We'll get into some other Lakers rumors. How about a Myles Turner trade rumor that was floating around the internet? Our good friends at NBA Analysis floated this one out there. How about trading for Myles Turner because Marc Gasol really hasn't been that good, and he hasn't been that good. Look at the two comparison here between these 2 guys this year. Gasol not scoring at a very high clip. Sure, he's still efficient there, but I think the biggest issue with Marc Gasol on this team compared to what a Myles Turner could be is Marc Gasol is not nearly the defender he was in his prime. I mean, you're talking about a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year at one point in the NBA. Myles Turner's blocking 4 shots a game. He would be excellent at this point in time. He can space the floor as well. He's an above-the-rim guy. Myles Turner would be sweet for this Lakers basketball team. Now, it's going to cost you a pretty penny to try and bring a guy like Myles Turner on board, but it's something I'm interested in. You wonder if teams like the Lakers, like the Clippers, will try to counter what Brooklyn just did by making a move of their own to, add an extra piece for a playoff push. We'll see if Los Angeles could bring in a guy like Myles Turner. This was NBA Analysis trade idea here. Myles Turner and a second-round pick coming to the Lakers, and then shipping out to the Pacers, Kyle Kuzma, Marc Gasol, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. That's 3 rotation players. That's kind of a lot to me. Obviously, Turner's much better than Gasol, but to lose KCP and Kuzma as well, that's digging into your rotation a little bit. So I'll ask you guys, who wins this trade? Type LAL for the Lakers, type IND for the Pacers. Can I keep Kuzma or KCP? I'd rather add another pick or something like that than give away 3 contributors in my rotation. But let me know. LAL for the Lakers, IND for the Pacers. Who wins this trade if it were to go down? Now, something we can all agree on is getting a face mask is important because you can't go into grocery stores without them. You surely can't go to arenas without them for the arenas that are allowing them. So why not rep the Lakers in the process at chatsports.com/LakersMask. You can pick one of these up today. While they're on sale, I will add solo packs all the way up to 4 packs at chatsports.com/LakersMask. Check the comments. Check the description. That link will be in there. You can click on it, and you can shop today. We have a ton of different varieties available with our partner Fanatics. Tons of them are on sale, like I mentioned. So pick up a Lakers face covering today at chatsports.com/LakersMask. Again, that link will be in the comments, and it'll be in the description. One more story here. Is THT getting the bag? He might after this year. Certainly he's not going to get like $20 million a year or something like that. But since he was a second-round pick, he's only on a 2-year deal. Now, he is restricted, so the Lakers can match any offer. But teams are reportedly going to be interested in Talen Horton-Tucker. And this isn't surprising, right? This was a first-round talent that fell to the second round. And look at what he's doing this year. Talen Horton-Tucker has carved out a role on a championship team. He's playing 17, 18 minutes a game, and he's playing well, shooting over 44% from the field, almost 8 points per game. When he gets into the game, he tends to make things happen. I like a lot from what I've seen from THT in year 2 in the purple and gold, and teams reportedly are going to have interest. I want to ask you guys this first, then we'll give a couple of final thoughts on this. How would you grade Talen Horton-Tucker's play so far this season? Would you give it an A, B, C, D, or F? I go like B+. I like what I'm seeing. This is a guy that was mostly in the G League last year, and now he's in your rotation on a championship contending team. I'm impressed. Give me a B+ for Talen Horton-Tucker. Now, these are some teams that are reportedly interested in THT once he does hit free agency after this year. Remember, he is restricted. The Cleveland Cavaliers, the Dallas Mavericks, the New York Knicks. I'm sure there will be a lot of other guys because think about it. He's a combo guard who can handle. He can dish. He's a good scorer. Needs to improve as a shooter, but most importantly, he's very young. He's still raw. This guy can improve tremendously as a basketball player in the NBA. He's still developing, which is why he was a second-round pick, because many thought he should go back to college for another year. He would only be a junior at Iowa State had he not gone pro. He's 21 years old. So Talen Horton-Tucker is going to draw some interest this offseason. Hopefully the Lakers can keep him around. But for now, just enjoy him this year, and we'll see what happens next offseason. The focus is the here and now, and that's repeating as NBA champions.